Hi, Natalie. It's a quick video here on how to use TreeTagger for Chinese. I figured it out, so let me just show you how I did it. If you just go to TreeTagger's website, right? If you just Google it, it should be the first one that comes up. Here's the main page of TreeTagger, right? We've seen before. You've been here. So if you come down to the Chinese right here, the parameter file, we're in parameter files, Chinese. Parameter file and tokenizer created by that person are available here. We click on that here. Brings us over to this page that we saw earlier today. We need two things here. This first one, number one, Chinese tokenizer. You download it. You can put it anywhere, but probably easiest to put it right into your TreeTagger directory folder. So I'll just do that there. And then you need the number three, the first link of the two on number three, parameter files for TreeTagger. Okay, so that first one there, you can just put it right into your TreeTagger directory as well. Okay, and then you need to extract it or unzip it, right? In Windows, you would right click on the file. So here's one of the files, right? And so on Windows, you would right click it and do like 7-zip, extract here type of thing, or somehow unzip the file in Windows. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on Mac. You just double click it and I'll unzip it for you. Okay, and then the other one that is still downloading actually. I think it's probably done, right? Yeah. Then this one as well, you just unzip it. So they created two directories, right? With the same name as the file had. Okay, so let's start with the one that's TTLCMC, this first one there. You go into the directory that was created by unzipping the file, and then you can see command and lib, CMD and lib. So what we need to do is we need to move the files that are in those two directories into those respective directories in your main TreeTagger directory. So right here, I'm on Mac OS, so my directory, my TreeTagger directory is called TreeTagger Mac OS. Yours on your computer, I remember from this afternoon, is in the C drive, C:\TreeTagger with capital T's on tree and tagger. That would be where you'd be looking, right? That's where you'd save your zip files, unzip them. So anyway, in here in the directory TT-LCMC, within that, there are two directories, and we're going to go into command, our CMD there, and we're just going to drag this file over here on the right that says TreeTagger Chinese. It probably says TreeTagger Chinese.exe on Windows, I would imagine. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag this over to the CMD of the main TreeTagger directory, which my cursor is circling right now up there. Okay, so I'm just going to drag it over and drop it into the main CMD directory. So it's with all the other TreeTagger Chinese, or the other TreeTagger what are called executable files. So I have Danish and English and others, Bulgarian. So now I have Chinese in there as well. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the directory that was created by unzipping the TT-LCMC zip file. So now that CMD is empty, because I moved that file that was in there over to the main root TreeTagger CMD. I'm gonna go into the lib now, the lib there, that directory. And you can see there's a zh.par. This is a parameter file. You can see that's in the library, and the lib stands for library. So I'm going to drag this zh.par file over to lib in my root TreeTagger directory, right? With all the other files, I have German and I have others, English in here, Danish. But now I should have zh as well. Okay, good. So we have done two things so far. We've moved two files out of the directories that were created by this directory when we unzip this file. And at this point, we can really just delete these files. We don't need those anymore. Okay, moving on to the zh-tokenize. There are 4 files in here, and these all go into the CMD. So we need to highlight all 4, or you can do one by one if you want, and you bring them over to the CMD of your root TreeTagger directory. And they were moved in there now. There they are, Chinese 2C, Chinese 3C, and segment ZH Perl and segmenter.pm. Okay, so now that's all set up. So the unfortunate thing is that it doesn't look like TreeTagger works with the Python module TreeTagger wrapper. That TreeTagger wrapper Python module apparently has limited. It doesn't work with Chinese. I'll just show you what that looks like if I were to try it. So here I have a little bit of First Nephi. I think it's the first verse of First Nephi chapter 1, verse 1. And so here is my directory, right, where my TreeTagger is. On yours, it would be at the C drive, right? C:/ TreeTagger, capital T's, would be your tag directory. And then your tag names would be this. But this is going to fail. I already tried this, but I'll just show you what it looks like. I'm going to try and tag it, right? And then print out some tags, pretty tags, but I don't think it's going to work. So let me just try that real quick. Get into my downloads, do Python 3, and then do delete.py. You can see that it throws in errors, and the bottom one right here says TreeTagger wrapper, TreeTagger error, unsupported language code, ZH, allowed, BG, DE, Deutsch, English, Espanol, something. I'm not sure what all these codes are, but ZH is not in there. So what can you do? Well, you can still use that TreeTagger. You can still use it, but not from within Python. Okay, so what we can do is grab a little bit of this text. I'll just grab some of this text right here, bring it over here, and then there's a couple ways to do this, but just to show you that it can work, I'm just going to do it this way. TreeTagger Chinese, and then when it is done, it seems to tokenize it. I don't know anything about Chinese, so I'm not sure if these are good tokens, like these are actually words or not, that if it tokenized it well. And honestly, I don't know what these mean here. So, but it works. It seems to work. If you use TreeTagger just from your command line, your system level command line prompts, not from Python, not trying to use Python, the Python wrapper. Okay. There's a couple ways you could do it. If you could put all the text into a file, let me just see if I can do that real quick. Like if I downloads, yeah, what is this right here? Okay, that's that. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. If I do cmd Chinese and then do a greater than sign and say from this directory, my downloads, I want delete Z. Yeah, you can do it this way as well. So that tagged all of verse 1, I believe. Again, I don't know if it did a good job with the tokenization or not, or if it's crummy, then there's another option I can show you if you want to tag Chinese. It's called Stanford Cornell P, and it's another part of speech tagger and other things. It does many other things besides just part of speech tagging. But anyway, what I did was I said commands. So I'm in my TreeTagger directory. I say command / on Windows it would be /, top left to bottom right /.